Hello, this is Ray Falconberry for the Samurai Spirit series. Again, I want to give credit to my man Lou for coming up with that title because we were talking about this pretty much at the beginning of just physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual sides of martial art. Giving you a physical lesson and then giving you something else to talk about. So, Samurai Spirit, trademark, Mighty Lou. So in lesson 7, I want to talk a little bit about kicking combinations. We've identified, folks, several kicks. We talked about the front kick, we talked about the round kick, the hook kick, the side kick, and the crescent kick. Now I just want to talk a little bit about combinations that you can play with that, and then maybe the idea of taking the kicks to a little bit different level. And then we're going to talk about how the idea of combination may work in our life and how you may challenge yourself by considering it from a new way. So as we back up again and get a sense about the kicks we've talked about, in looking at the kicks, we showed you basically the mechanics. We've identified some ways to develop the kicks on the bar and some strength. We talked about you can use some bags and do some different things. But one of the things I want you to understand is in combinations or in variations of the kick. Now, in the last lesson, we talked a little bit about the crescent kick, and we're here. One of the things I want you to understand in all of these kicks, it's fun to get a sense of whether it's a front kick or if we just take this crescent kick. We talked about a crescent kick where we're just kind of throwing it from the back and let it come up. We call this the number 2 kick. A lead leg kick is we call number 1. A back leg kick would be number 2. You know, we could do a front leg where we jump and kick. That would be like a number 3 kick. And you can do this with any kick. A number 4 would be the back leg, jumping up and kicking. And 5 might be if we're just standing and jumping off of 2 feet, same distance and kicking. So you can talk about any of those kicks, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with any kick. But what I want you to also understand is if we're here and we're transitioning and we're fighting and sparring, sure I can throw my crescent here, but folks, we can also just, remember, in the concept of processing, we're always in the process of moving, being dynamic, and so what we can do is we can throw our crescent kick, but we can bring around and come through, whether it's a crescent, a hook kick, same principle, we can do it the same way, we can jump and come around, we can jump from the front and throw it. Combination, we can do reverses, do jumps, we can throw a nice easy front, transition into a round kick. So it's almost like if we're throwing here, I'm going to throw a kick to the midsection, the person's defense may come down. If I set them up, throw front kicks, and this can just be here, pop a front kick into the body, or we're just here. The second I see the hand come down, bring the foot up. Front, this line goes this way, rotate, come up to the side. Great fun to have somebody try to block the front, and before they get their hands up, they're getting caught with a front round kick. So you can throw an easy, you can start nice and slow, front round. Think low to mid, and then maybe bring the round kick up a little higher. Get to where it's going a little quicker. Now you can do the same thing. What I like to throw is like a combination hook side, or crescent side, or crescent front. For instance, crescent kick comes way out wide, right? So if most people think you throw a crescent kick, you're going to knock them in the head. Hands tend to come up. Well, what I like to do is bring my foot up, and as soon as I see the elbow come up just a little bit, I'm going to drop it into a side kick. So I'm going up, but then I turn as soon as I see, I'm thinking here, I'm going to go in for the crescent kick. As soon as that hand moves to drop up to try to block, now if they think I'm just going to throw the crescent or the side kick, throw the crescent kick, clock them in the head. Any combinations you can play with. You're going to find what goes well. Round kick combinations are good. Side kick, round kick, side, round. You can throw hook, round. You can throw crescent, front. You can throw inner. We didn't talk about an inner crescent. We did an outer crescent. You can throw an inner crescent, same thing, and then come in with a front kick. Combinations are great fun. Combinations are good for the body because you're going to open up your hips, you're going to open up your legs, you're going to open up your quads and your adductors, trochanter muscles, hamstrings, you're going to get them all activated. Kicking combinations are great. I just want you to think about them because I don't care who you are, what martial art you're in, people can benefit from kicking. They truly can. So, quick transition. We talked about combinations. I just want to share with you a short little lesson for you to consider. The combination that represents life is about all of these aspects. And what I mean by all of these aspects is true martial arts is going to involve a combination of things. Physically, are you honoring your body? Are you exercising? Are you taking care of yourself? There's many things that go underneath that, but I'm just going to leave them in a general way. Mentally, how are you stimulating yourself mentally? How are you keeping your mind sharp? How are you developing yourself? Emotionally. Folks, most people I know in my lifetime of working as a counselor and having a doctorate in psychology, most people I've met stuff things emotionally incredibly. We are what we call survivors. We have life events happen to us and we don't really deal with it and integrate it. We just kind of survive it and we move on. Spiritually, most people have a vague sense of what life is for them spiritually. But what I'm asking you to consider is to attack your life. If you're a training martial artist, or you consider yourself an evolving human being, attack your life in those combinations. Physically, consider what you're doing to yourself physically. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you exercising? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating well? How are you stimulating your mind? How are you honoring emotionally those people in your life? How are you, in a healthy way, exercising your emotions? Especially if you're male. Especially if you're male. And spiritually, finding that sense of meaning and purpose in your life is key. Spiritually. I'm not talking the way, I'm not talking about any religion, I'm talking about finding meaning and purpose in your life. Attack those combinations as we do a kicking combination and see if your life doesn't improve. This is Ray Falkenberry, Samurai Spirit, Physical Mental Martial Art Lessons. Till next time.